this afternoon. Here's an understatement of the year for you. We are excited about what we are about to offer up, about this momentous occasion that is 1X. Check it out. This Saturday, March 26th, 1X, we're celebrating 10 years of history. The special moments that we've created, the incredible fights that have made us truly the home of martial arts. The biggest event in one championship history features 5 world championship bouts, a world Grand Prix championship final, a mixed rules super fight, and of course, needless to say, several legends of the sport going head to head. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party started right now and introduce to you the superstars of 1X. BJJ star, Danielle Kelly. Japanese MMA veteran, Mei Yamaguchi. Submission grappling legend, Mr. Andre Galpao. Woo! Two Division 1 World Champion, Rainier de Ritter. One Featherweight Kickboxing World Title Challenger, Mark Gregorian. One Featherweight Kickboxing World Champion, Superbond. Muay Thai and kickboxing legend, Mr. John Wayne Parr. Former one lightweight world champion, Edward Folion. Japanese martial arts legend, Yoshihiro Akiyama. Former one lightweight world champion, Shinya Aoki. One flyweight world title challenger, Yuya Wakamatsu. The one flyweight world champion, Adriano Moraes. Woo! 12-time flyweight MMA world champion, Demetrius Johnson. The one flyweight Muay Thai world champion, Rotai Chitwanon. The one women's atomweight world Grand Prix champion, Steph Fairtax. The one women's atomweight world champion, Angela Lee. And finally, folks, please welcome the chairman, the CEO of One Championship, Mr. Chatri Sityodtong.
Welcome, media, welcome fans all over the world. Man, it feels so amazing to be back. This is our first stadium event where we have fans, and I'm so grateful to the Singapore government for the support. Although There will be still limited capacity for this event on 1X on Saturday, March 26th. Man, it's been a crazy, crazy 10 years. When I look back at the journey, all the highs and lows, crazy, crazy days. And for me to sit here with my team and our athletes, and I look around, I could never have predicted this, and I never could have imagined this. I truly believe we have the greatest world championship roster of any organization in the world. If you look at our mixed martial arts division, if you look at our kickboxing division, our Muay Thai division, our submission grappling division, the best of the best, world champions, legends, and rising stars who will be world champions in the future. Literally the greatest roster on the planet. This 10-year journey to this point, we are breaking all record highs on every single metric that we look at from a company perspective. Revenues broke all-time high last year, on pace this year to break a new high. Our TV viewership number, all-time record high last year, and already on pace to beat last year. Our digital, social, and TV metrics, also record high levels, triple-digit growth. If I look at our brand, if I look at our partners, this is just epic, and it's just the very, very beginning. Why am I so excited for 1X? This is the first time in history that any major global organization is attempting to pull off what we are doing, making history with the greatest world championship athletes in mixed martial arts, in submission grappling, in kickboxing, and Muay Thai. Truly an epic, epic event from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. Singapore time. You know, when I look back at the history of martial arts, and I think back to Pride Shockwave, probably arguably the greatest martial arts event. This event, 1X, will be an event that we will talk about for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years time. The whole world will talk about with their kids and grandkids. For the fans in the stadium, for the live viewership around the world, say, I was there. I witnessed history. I was a part of history. The single greatest martial arts event ever pulled off in history. We expect our viewership numbers to explode on Saturday to record highs. And for me as a lifelong martial artist, I can tell you this is a very deeply personal journey. And so it's one filled with tremendous gratitude. Just gratitude for my team, for our athletes, for our fans, our partners, our broadcasters, our brands, everybody who's been a part, past and present, everyone who's been a part of this incredible journey. But as I always tell my team, today is just day one. Literally the beginning of the one story. For myself, for my team, for our athletes, for the fans, and all the partners around the world. So it is with tremendous gratitude. I thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the fans around the world, to our athletes, my team, our partners. This is what I feel, tremendous amount of gratitude that as a lifelong martial artist, I get to showcase the very, very best martial arts action, the very, very best world championship athletes in the world. Tell their stories, inspire the world to dream more, do more, and be more in life. This is what, for me, martial arts is about. It changed my life, and I know we can inspire fans and take martial arts to historic highs never seen before. Before we begin with media questions, I have a special announcement to make, but we'll kick it off this video, and then I'll make this announcement. The belt represents the journey, the entire lifetime journey of the very best of the best martial arts in the world. It's a journey filled with thousands of hours of training, of heartbreak, of passion, of excellence, of grit. Our belt is a symbol of true meaning of martial arts, values of integrity, humility, honor, respect, courage, discipline, compassion.
我代表中国，所以我很骄傲地参加举办了 Adversity genuinely is not only a stunning piece of art, but it's a labor of love and design. And ultimately, it's reserved for only the very, very best, the best of the best in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our new World Championship belt. We are retiring the old belt after 10 years. This is the heaviest belt in the entire planet of any World Championship organization. 26.4 pounds, precious stone, gold, you got it. This is the most incredible belt for the most incredible martial arts on the planet. I will tell you, when I think about our roster, actually, I don't even know if our athletes can even hold this belt. It's so damn heavy. But we'll probably have some comical moments when our world champions on Saturday win this. Whoever wins has this belt. What does this represent for me, this belt? If you look at our roster, mixed martial arts, let's just talk about GOATs for a second, greatest of all time. Demetrius Johnson, the most winningest world champion in history in mixed martial arts. He is the GOAT, there is no question. But right behind him is Adriano Moraes trying to create history. He is the #1 pound for pound athlete, #1 flyweight world champion. If you look at the technical skills, and I'm speaking as a lifelong martial artist, if you look at the technical skills, raw skills of DJ, in submission, in grappling, in transition, in wrestling, in striking, for me, he's the absolute best. Our mixed martial arts division, though, is amazingly stacked. You have Angela Lee, the best pound-for-pound female world champion on the planet. You have Stan Fairtex, who's a two-sport world champion, having won world titles in Muay Thai and kickboxing. The list goes on and on. We have absolute legends like Bibiano Fernandez in the mixed martial arts division. We have obviously the greats like Shinya Aoki or legendary names like Akiyama. And we have the future as well. And then if I switch gears and I look at the Muay Thai division, the GOATs of like Rotang, Tawan Chai, you look at Nong O, these are the greatest names in the history of Muay Thai. You go to kickboxing, the GOAT, Giorgio Petrosian, still stands as the greatest kickboxer in the world. But right behind him, you have Superbon trying to make his legacy. Superbon, make no mistake, right now is the #1 pound-for-pound striker in the world. Full stop. Full stop. Look at his technical abilities, but I look at him, his speed, his athleticism. But you look at Marat Grigorian, an absolute monster world champion striker. If I go to submission grappling division, man, crazy. We have the likes of Buchecha. We have the likes of Andre Galvao, Gary Tonin, Gordon Ryan, Danielle Kelly, rising star, future world champion. You look at our submission grappling roster, and I can tell you honestly, it is the greatest on the planet. Mikey Musumeci, the Ruotolo brothers, Cade and Ty. These are finishers, not just stallers. These are finishers. So when I look at our entire athlete roster, world championships and GOATs, out of our 600 athletes, 170 plus have won world titles in the biggest organizations in the world prior to joining one. The apex, the pinnacle of all of martial arts, the world's largest stage of martial arts. Think about that. No organization in the world has this many world titles collected. No roster. 170 of our athletes were prior world champions in the highest levels of the world before they joined one. The largest collection of world championship athletes, full stop. This is what the belt represents to me. The pinnacle on the world's largest stage of martial arts. The pinnacle on the planet. And so it's only becoming that our partner, Tumi, the world's greatest luxury travel brand, lifestyle brand. As our multi-year partner, they actually designed, Victor Sands, the chief creative officer there, actually designed a custom-made suitcase for our world title belt. I am so grateful to everyone at Toomey, the leadership team. But you know what? It's a partnership that's symbiotic because Toomey represents the very, very best in the world, just as one. And they spent hours and hours and hours and months on months to design this specific case for our world title belt. 26.4 pounds, a labor of love, a labor of design. In my opinion, the most beautiful world title belt on the planet. And becoming of the athletes that are sitting up here. With that, again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. With that, we'll kick it off for questions to all our athletes. So, opening up to the floor now, to the media.
Thank you very much, Chatri. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, only barely 3 days out already, we are making history here at 1X. Take a look at it, folks. All that glitters is gold. Now listen, I know that there are many of you out there, members of the press and fans alike, that have plenty of questions to ask, so please, there are microphones situated down front of the seats. Please state your name, your publication, and direct your question accordingly. All right, it's time for some Q&A.
Hi, I'm Nisi Kashano of the International Business Times. This is a question for Angela Lee. Your fight against Sam Fairtex is getting billed as a striker versus grappler kind of fight. Do you think critics are overlooking your striking abilities?
Hi. I think it's wrong to be labeled as a striker versus grappler. This is an MMA fight, and we're both mixed martial artists. So, Stamp, she's evolved a lot. I don't see her as a striker only. I do understand that is where her strength lies, but I know that she's coming into this fight as a well-rounded mixed martial artist. And for me, being raised up, learning mixed martial arts as a whole, obviously, I feel that MMA is where my strength lies. So it's wrong to be labeling this fight as a striker versus grappler.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is James Siasat from GMA News. Question for Stamp Fairtex. Stamp, you're actually fighting someone actually known as one of the deadliest submission artists in the world. I mean, we've seen that before. She actually pulled the twister in the fight. While you have also evolved. Do you think you've had enough time to actually improve your grappling that it to a point that it could actually match up to hers come fight night?
Who's
ค่ะ
translating?
คำถามสำหรับคุณสแตมนะคะ ก็คืออย่างที่รู้ว่าแองเจล่าเนี่ยเขาเป็น Mixed Martial Art ที่เก่งในเรื่อง ground skill การต่อสู้บนพื้นชนะ submission grappling ที่ฝึกตอนนี้คุณแซมได้ฝึกฝนมาเนี่ยคิดว่าสามารถสู้กับคุณแองเจล่าได้หรือยังคะ
ก็สำหรับแตมนะคะก็จะพยายามป้องกันเทคดาวน์ของแองเจล่าลีให้มากที่สุดค่ะแล้วก็จะพยายามเล่นในเกมที่ตัวเองถนัดให้มากที่สุดค่ะ
For me, I'm trying my best to prevent her using grabbing and trying to use the takedown, and I've been practicing to make sure that I use my best of MMA that I've been practiced, and I will take down Angela.
Just last question for Shinya Yogi. Shinya, why do you seem to dislike Sexy Yama? That's all.
すごく簡単な質問です。どうしてセクシー山が嫌いなんです？深夜さんお願いします。
大好きだよ。心配するな。大好きだから。
Don't worry, I love him. Really, I love him.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Tom Taylor with Bleacher Report. Chatri, this is an incredible lineup of fighters you have on the stage here, and really just scratching the surface in terms of what this card offers. I'm just curious, like, what was the process of building this card like for you and this and your team? How long did it take, and how much? I mean, what was it like?
Well, as you know, this 1X card was supposed to be in December 5th of last year, and then Omicron spread throughout Asia and shut down the borders across Asia. So that was a blessing in that we had even more time to construct the greatest card. I argue this is the greatest card in martial arts history. Again, never before has a major global organization ever had this many world champions. There are no prelim fights, right? There's 20 fights, and every single one is genuinely, world championship athletes. And across, again, mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, submission grappling, and kickboxing, all the major combat sports. This is reminiscent, again, of Pride Shockwave, where it broke all records, and truly to this day has been epic. It was a long, hard process, of course, but our athletes are game, and this is just if you look at these 16 athletes, it's just a small part of our roster. Yes, these are incredible, extraordinary world championship athletes, but the entire roster, again, when I look at this 10-year journey and our roster, just unbelievable. So people were ready to go. Literally every single person accepted right away. Maybe a few had different issues, couldn't accept for one reason or another. But yeah, so, knock on wood that nothing happens from here to 3 days out. And again, for all the fans around the world, this is a moment that truly going to be a magical memory for all the fans around the world, that they'll be sharing 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, saying to their grandkids and their kids, you know what? That was the most epic, spectacular, interesting, weird, strange, martial arts festival I've ever seen.
And then just a quick follow-up question for Angela. Angela, you're, of course, one of the faces of this organization, a real homegrown star for one championship. But, given the proliferation of stars on this stage and on this card, what does it mean for you to be headlining this one?
It's a huge honor. A lot of pressure, and there's a lot of weight on my shoulders coming into this fight, as it is, having the time off. But I'm definitely going to make up for that and make sure that I put on a great performance on Saturday night.
Thank you.
All right, we are ready. All right, next question, please. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm Pao, manager online from Thailand. ถามดีเจนะครับเดมิเทสจอห์นสันว่าการที่จะต้องมาชกมวยไทยในสไตล์มวยไทยกับรถถังเนี่ยมีความหนักใจอย่างไรบ้างเพราะว่าอาจจะเป็นการชกที่ดีเจไม่ค่อยคุ้นเคยเท่าไหร่ครับ
Okay, hi, it's a question to DJ. How do you feel that you have to fight with Rotang, which you are from MMA, and then you have to fight with both MMA and Muay Thai? How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm super excited. I mean, Rodtang, he's one of the best in the world in Muay Thai. And when we accepted this fight, I had a big smile on my face. I'm like, chance to fight Rodtang. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity, and we'll see how things go.
ค่ะดีเจตอบว่าเขาดีใจมากที่จะได้มาแข่งกับรถถังเขาพร้อมที่จะต่อสู้ทั้ง MMA แล้วก็ใช้มวยไทยในการที่จะมาขึ้นเวทีวันนี้ค่ะ
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next question, please.
Hello. I'm Dwi from Bola Sport Indonesia, or Chatri, and maybe DJ and Rotang can relate later. Chatri, I grew up watching the movie Bloodsport. That's my first love of martial arts. And now, in this card, I can see Bloodsport in real life. Because you make DJ and Rotang fight in their discipline of martial arts. Do you consider this to be in the future, the continuity of this? In the next card, in the future, you can make another fight like this, maybe more.
So one of my favorite movies growing up also was Bloodsport, but also Enter the Dragon. This card is a combination of Bloodsport and Enter the Dragon. The greatest martial artists from around the world descending upon the island of Singapore. I almost wish we had the Bruce Lee background music right now. It would be kind of cool. But yes, this special rules thing is what makes one so unique and so special as the world's largest stage of martial arts, is that we have the different disciplines. So someone like a DJ, he's told me in private before, hey, Chachi, I want to eventually try Muay Thai. man, the GOAT of mixed martial arts doing a Muay Thai fight? That's crazy. But then you have, submission grapplers who say, yeah, hey, I want to try mixed martial arts like the Ruotolo brothers or Andre. And then you have people who want to, win world titles in multiple sports. So Stamp, again, she won the world title in Muay Thai, won the world title in kickboxing, and she's now trying to win the world title in mixed martial arts. These storylines can only be done in one. We're much bigger, viewership, our brand, whatever kind of metrics you look at, than any other organization in the world. And our roster, again, as I said, is the greatest single roster in the world for world championship martial arts athletes. So to answer your question, I think there's going to be lots of crazy storylines like this in the future, for one, as the world's largest stage of martial arts.
Can I have the opinion of DJ and Rotang about this fight, about what I just asked, Chatri?
Yeah, I would love to see more, obviously. And I remember telling Chacha, I was like, I'd love to try Muay Thai one day. When he presented this with 1 round Muay Thai, 1 round mixed martial arts, I was game for it. And I was still, there's a part of me that was like, man, I would love to just do pure kickboxing. But then I'm like, nah, I like to wrestle, I like to grapple, I like the full evolution of fighting. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
ก็คือคำถามสำหรับคุณรถถังนะคะก็คือเมื่อกี้นักข่าวได้ถามว่าตอนนี้วันได้สร้างกฎใหม่ขึ้นมากฎที่พิเศษสำหรับการแข่งขันระหว่างคุณรถถังและคุณดีเจก็คือมีการผสมผสานกฎกติการะหว่าง MMA แล้วก็มวยไทยอยู่ด้วยกันการชกแบบนี้กำลังจะมีขึ้นมาอีกคุณรถถังรู้สึกยังไงบ้างคะกับการมีกติกาใหม่เพื่อที่จะให้คุณสามารถแข่งได้ในหลายรูปแบบ
ก็รู้สึกดีใจครับตั้งแต่วันที่คุณจะตียื่นข้อเสนอนี้มาก็ผมก็รีบตอบรับเลยครับแล้วอีกอย่างหนึ่งเราได้เจอกับแบบตำนานอย่าง MMA อย่างเขานั้นเราก็ตั้งเป้าว่าเราเสร็จจากมวยไทยนั้นเราก็อยากผันตัวเองมา MMA ก็ในเมื่อคุณจะตีมีข้อเสนอมาผมก็ออกตอบรับเพื่อที่จะได้เจอกับดีเจในกติกาพิเศษแบบแปลกใหม่ก็ยินดีครับดีใจมากครับ
Yes, I feel great and I feel honored that Kun Chatri has approached me on this new MMA rule fight. I'm really actually looking forward to to transform it to Muay Thai and to MMA, and this is a good opportunity for me.
Thank you, sir. Good luck on your fight.
Thank you very much, sir. Excellent questions. All right, next up, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm from Kalsot, Thailand. I have a question to Stan Fatek. สวัสดีครับ Stan มีคำถามครับผมอยากจะถามว่าการเจอกับแองเจล่าลีเนี่ยมันเป็นไฟท์ที่ยิ่งใหญ่เรามีวิธีการเตรียมตัวแล้วก็ความมั่นใจของเราเป็นยังไงบ้างครับ
ก็ตอนนี้ก็มั่นใจ 100% ค่ะแต่ก็ขึ้นอยู่กับรูปเกมข้างบนค่ะว่าจะออกมายังไงก็สำหรับแตมสู้เต็มที่ค่ะเพราะว่าอยากจะเอาเข็มขัดกับประเทศไทยด้วยค่ะ
โอเค thank you
All right, next question.
We forgot the translation.
Oh, excuse me, translation.
Yes. I'm really been preparing for this as she was, as I said before, that she was my idol, right? And it's been a very great opportunity for me finally have a chance to fight with Angela, someone that I look up to. So I'm ready to take the belt back from her. I want to bring my belt back. I want to bring this belt back to Thailand, to my hometown. So fans, watch out.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Yeah, Luisa Morales from philstar.com. My first question is for Angela Lee. Obviously, Angela, you were in the sidelines because of your pregnancy, and now you're back. In your fight, what statement would you like to give in terms of your skills to show that, athletes can be mothers and still go back to the quality of sport that they were before they become mothers?
I think that this fight represents a lot. For me, it's been a crazy journey these past 2 years. But I've worked harder than ever. And, I definitely want to make a statement and, show that women and mothers of all people are the strongest people on the planet. And, everyone's going to see that on Saturday.
Thank you. My next question is for John Wayne Park. You were a pioneer of Muay Thai and small gloves, and just describe the significance of getting to finish your career this way and the job that one championship has done to elevate this incredible sport.
Well, thank you so much for the question. Yeah, it's so humbling to come up with the idea in 2012 to try and make Muay Thai more exciting. Being a big fan of MMA and seeing the guys fighting in the cage, like, I'd love to fight in the cage one day. It'd be absolutely a buzz. And then I went to YouTube and had a look, and there's people doing Muay Thai in the cage, but they're wearing the big gloves, and it just looks strange. But if I'm gonna do this, I have to do it in MMA gloves. If I want to get the respect from the MMA crowd, I have to make it in the same environment. So we started in 2012. We did 10 shows. It was fun. But then to see Mr. Chatri take on the MMA, the Muay Thai MMA gloves and raise it to the elite level with the best of the best, it just makes me so proud to be one of the pioneers to help evolve the sport and to see it in such the world standard it is now. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So I can't thank Mr. Chatri enough for taking the idea and running with it and putting it onto the world stage.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Sir, next question.
Hi everyone, my name is V from Thailand ขอถามซุปเปอร์บอลครับผู้ต่อสู้ในไฟท์นี้ครับคือผู้ต่อสู้คนสุดท้ายที่คุณแพ้ในรอบเกือบ5 ปีครับมีความรู้สึกหนักใจแล้วก็เตรียมพร้อมยังไงบ้างครับ
ขอบคุณสำหรับคำถาม
Translate the question.
Yes. How do you feel that this time round, right? You have been fighting with a Gregorian last time, and you were defeated. Defeated, and this time round you are fighting with him again. How do you prepare for this fight?
สำหรับผมนะครับการแพ้ไฟล์ล่าสุดของผมก็คือแพ้ต่อมารัตคิโกเรียนนะครับก็คือมันยังเป็นแค้นฝังใจผมมาเสมอมาแล้วก็ผมเรียนรู้เสมอมาว่าผมจะต้องเอาชนะเขาคืนให้ได้แล้วก็นี่จะเป็นไฟท์ที่สำคัญที่สุดในชีวิตผมเพราะว่าต่อให้ทุกวันที่ผมเป็นแชมป์ของวันแชมเปี้ยนชิพแต่ว่าผมอยากพิสูจน์ตัวเองว่าผมเอาชนะมารัตคิโกเรียนได้แล้วผมจะภูมิใจกับตัวเองมากๆว่าผมคืออันดับ1ของรุ่นจริงๆครับซึ่งผมจะทำมันให้ได้วันเสาร์นี้ครับ
Yes, this fight is the most important fight in my life because I know that I've lost to Gregorian before, and I've been prepared for this. I've been waiting for this actually, and I want to prove everyone that I'm the champion for all the belt at my level. So I will continue to be a champion.
All right. Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Hi, this is Nicholas from Flow Grappling. Danielle, I have a question for you. This setting is a lot different from your past fights back in the US, from the stage now to the ring. It's a different kind of pressure and atmosphere. So how do you feel going into this fight, and how do you see this fight ending?
I don't feel any pressure. I'm actually more motivated than ever, and I have a lot of eyes on me, but this training camp has been really hard. My teammates have pushed me, and I've been really, really precise with my technique, and I want to go for the finish, a clean finish.
Thank you. One more question for Gaval. Gaval, we all know you are a legend in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You have a very successful lineage. May I know how do you adapt your training to fighting an event like this as compared to a tournament like the Worlds, and how do you see this fight going?
Yeah, so I prepare myself in San Diego, California with my students, where we have an amazing team, right? Bass grapplers, Raffles Jiu-Jitsu. And I be prepared like always, so I go out there, I'll fight hard, I train hard, every single day I'll fight hard. And I'm going for the finish because that's the only way to win the fight. Otherwise, it's a draw. So it's a little bit different because it's in the cage and all that, but I've been there before and I feel amazing.
Thank you. And one more question. After this fight, do you see it as a stepping stone to transition back to MMA? And would Gordon Ryan be your first pick?
I will focus on this fight right now, 100%. But definitely, I want to fight MMA here at one for sure. Towards the end of the year, you guys will see me with MMA gloves, fighting under MMA rules.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you. It's going to be awesome. Next question, please.
Hi, I'm Chin Xian from Siming Daily, local media.
So I have a question for Angela Lee. So where do you rank Stan among the rest of your opponents and that you face? So how great is the threat of Stan attacks to you?
Stamp is by far the most credentialed fighter that I've fought. She is two-time world champion in kickboxing and Muay Thai, and she's been doing this, for a long time. She's developed really fast in MMA, so I'm very impressed in how she was able to work her way through the Grand Prix tournament. Kept my eye on her, and now we're finally going to be able to meet in the cage, so really looking forward to it.
Right, thank you. So one more question for Akiyama. Okay, so what did you think of Shinya's call out of you after his grappling match at the Road to One Japan event last year?
秋山さんへの質問です。ロードトゥーワンでのグラップリングマッチの後で、深夜選手の方が挑戦を叫んで挑んでこられたんですけれども、それどう思われますでしょうか。
長年青木選手とはいろいろあり、やっとこの時が来たんだなとその時に思いました。
So actually, over the years, there are a lot going on with him, with Aoki, and what I thought was finally the time has come.
All right, thank you.
We'll find out Saturday night. All right, next question, please.
This one's for DJ. Last time we were all together, about 2.5 years ago, you spoke about enjoying fighting in the morning. Have you got any feelings about having to readjust your body clock again to fight in the evening in Asia? I mean, have you been doing anything different for your preparation?
This time we only came out 6 days prior to the event. In the past, I'll come out 10 days with COVID-19, be stuck in a room. It was really, it's like being stuck in prison. You been in prison before?
I have not.
I haven't either. I don't like it. I ain't ever going. But this time we just, 6 days out, we're being able to move around, be more active. So I think, fighting at, nighttime, I'll be fine.
Okay. And this one is for the champ, RDR. How you doing, man?
Very good.
We just saw there's going to be a new title belt introduced, and it sounds like it's pretty heavy. I know you're going to go for a third one. Are you going to be able to carry all three of those around if you win it?
I'll have to do some weightlifting in my preparation for this one.
Actually, it's funny you say that because, when we were holding the belt and stuff, someone literally said to my team, I don't think RDR is going to be able to carry both belts, and how is he going to look on live TV if he can't carry it? I said, that's his problem.
And this one's for Shinya Aoki. If you get another win here, you're on quite a big winning streak. Do you think you want to have a shot at the title next? And if so, would you rather fight Christian Lee or Okra Yoon?
今、ライト級で練習中ですよね、深夜さん。ここでこちらのステージで勝ったらまたベルトに挑戦したいでしょうか。そしてその際には誰と戦いたいですか。クリスチャン・リーです。それともオク・レユンです。
ベルトは重いからベルト重いからあんまりちょっと挑戦はまだ早いかなと思うんですけどクリスチャンともう一回やりたいなと思ってます。
So actually, what I'm hearing is belt is so heavy, so maybe too soon to challenge to carry that belt. But then I want to try with Christian again.
All right, and if I could ask one more, this is just for Edward Folayang. You're up against John Wayne Parr, man over here, absolute legend. Do you feel like you're the bad guy a little bit? Because he's going to retire, win or lose. If you get that win and you deny him his 100th win in his final fight, will you feel a little bit bad?
Well, this is martial arts, at the end of the day, we will be facing each other. We see each other as hindrances in our way, so for me, we'll just put it all in the ring.
All right, thanks.
Thanks very much, Nick. Okay, next question.
Nisi Kashano here again. Manong Ed for Edward Folayang. September 3, 2011, you main evented the card, the very first card of One Championship. How is it like to be back in the same stadium where you headlined the very first card of One Championship?
Well, I'm so happy that Chatri had included me here. It's been a long journey, and the excitement and the experience that I feel how one championship really put on their works to achieve their vision, and I'm so happy to be part of it.
All right.
And I'm so grateful to Edward too. I still remember again our very first event. No one heard about us. No one knew us. We did pack the stadium, but to watch Edward, headline, I'm forever grateful. I remember the fight poster as well. I remember how he won and everything, and I think that also is a testament to his legendary status. Why is he a legend? He's competed at the highest level of the world for a decade, and he hasn't lost any steam. And he said immediately yes to fighting in our one Super Souls rule set in 4-ounce gloves, striking only against a legend like John Wayne Parr, who's had 149 fights. That's a tall order for anybody. And so you look at Edward, he's never, ever turned down a fight, ever. He's never chosen opponents. He's a true warrior, a true legend. So there was no choice. We had to have Edward on the card.
This is a question for Shinya Aoki. Shinya, you fought under specialized rules in 2010. What's your opinion about this match between Rodtang and DJ, and with the unfortunate ending of that fight in 2010? Do you think it's anybody's ball game on Saturday?
深夜さんへの質問です。2010年なんですけれども、その時にやはりスペシャルなルールで使用されました。今回のロータンと DJ のような形だったんですけれども、3位は、残念な結果、残念な終わり方となったと思うんです。2010年の3位は、それをもとに、今のこの、ロータンと DJ の試合なんですけれども、それは誰が勝ってもおかしくないと思われますか？
そうですね、僕もルールやってるんで、ちょっと分かるような分かんないところもいっぱいあるんですけど、純粋な MMA でもなくて、純粋なキックボクシング、ムエタイでもないので、お互い正直どうなるかわからないというか、予想が見えない試合だと思います。
So yes, I have done under those special rules. So in a way, I do share the sentiment, but I'm sure that there are areas that I may not grasp exactly what's going on there, but what's going to be there. But it's what I can say is it's not going to be a pure MMA. It's not going to be pure kickboxing or pure Muay Thai. So it's going to be very unexpected event. We'll see what's going to come out.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next question. Yes.
Hi, this is Ali from the Straits Times in Singapore here. This is for Angela. Hi, Angela. Nice to see you back in Singapore again, as always. I'm just wondering, was there anything different you did in your training camp, or do you feel any different? Obviously this is a special fight for you, first fight since being a mother. Anything different about the training camp as opposed to your previous fights?
Everything has been different about this training camp. I've been preparing for this fight for 5 months now. It's like double the amount of time that I usually get for a fight camp. Trying to figure out the schedule to train, and with a baby it's challenging, but I'm really lucky that I have an amazing family support team, and am able to do what I love to do and be a mom, and so I feel very lucky that I'm able to do so.
And you spoke earlier about taking time off and obviously fighting for something almost bigger than yourself in terms of women and motherhood and so on. Does that add a bit to the weight of expectation before you step into your fight, and how do you manage it?
No, it doesn't add any pressure to me. It motivates me that much more. It really fires me up. Just because I can't wait to go out there and prove to everyone and show to everyone, just what I can do now.
Nice, thank you. And this is for DJ. DJ, almost a similar question. What was different about your preparations? 15 years you've been preparing for MMA fights. This time, obviously, special rules. how did you switch your training up, and how did it feel?
Yeah, I feel great. And we always train Muay Thai in my camp because, if you look at my previous fight, my fight here in Cejudo, knocked him out with a knee to deliver in a Muay Thai plum. I've always shown my Muay Thai skills when I do mixed martial arts. So the biggest thing was we moved it to 3-minute rounds. And I would go from first round being Muay Thai, second round being MMA, third round Muay Thai, fourth round MMA. And we did that for probably a lot of the training sessions. And then sometimes my coach would be like, don't even worry about Muay Thai, just be you, just flow. Like don't stop your progression of fighting, right? Because my upbringing in mixed martial arts has always been 1-2 elevation change, 1-2 high 9, just mixing it up. So sometimes a little bit frustrating, but I'm excited to go out there and see how I can hang.
All right, and one more question for you. There's a lot of gold on the stage today. And the new belt as well. Obviously you've held the Grand Prix title, but you haven't got gold in one championship yet. How badly do you want your hands on that title?
It looks nice. It's real gold. The platinum is heavy, so I'm assuming that's probably a little bit heavier. I'm gonna try to break it off to get it myself. I'm not gonna try to fight for him, so I'm gonna steal it.
Right. And lastly from me, this is to all the champions over there. Can you give me one word to describe what you think of the new belt? Maybe starting with Angela. And then
Actually, can we have Dom just bring it out? I want to see if RDR can carry it.
No pressure or anything.
Yes,
Thanks, man.
and don't drop it.
Really, for real?
Yes, for real. For real, just bring it out. Just bring it out. I want to see if the big, strong guy can carry it. Or let's give it to Andre. Andre is also a big, strong guy. The big, strong guys. Yes. Yep. So let's. Yeah, let's give it to Renia. Let's see if he can carry it.
Let me go 3. Let's try.
Hey, but those are much lighter. I think this is literally double or triple the weight.
You gotta put it on my waist. No, that's not gonna. You gotta take it. Oh, I gotta take it. This is off. Put it over.
He can carry. Okay, good.
Bular, where you at, man? Let's go.
Look at that. How beautiful is that?
Amazing. Heavy. It's like a little baby.
Very, very heavy. And we're gonna have some comical moments for sure. Actually, Dom. Sorry.
Yeah, no, fine. So just maybe one word each from all the champions. Just one word each to describe what they think of the title belt, the new one. Starting with Angela and then maybe RDR and then.
Monumental.
Thank you. RDR?
Cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be mine.
Adriano?
Go.
Yeah, then. Rotan?
Beautiful.
Nice.
Right, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much, sir. Awesome. Next question, please.
Yes, hi, it's JM. This question is actually for RDR and Andre Galvao. Now, RDR, you are an accomplished mixed martial artist, but you are notoriously known for being a hell of a grappler. Now, sitting across of you at that table is one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners of all time. 2 questions. What do you think about possibly defending one of your belts in a mixed martial arts fight against Andre? And what your thoughts of a possible all-submission match against the same guy?
MMA, we'll see. It's not important for now. The only thing I'm focused on is this match. He is indeed a legend of the game. He's a legend of the grappling game. And I'm very happy for this opportunity. He's stepping into my world, into the cage. And make no mistake, I'm very confident. I'll be hunting him from the opening seconds. And he won't be the first champ I finish.
Yeah, when Renier called out Andre, I thought he was absolutely crazy. I said either and I just said to him backstage, I said, either you're crazy and stupid, or you know something that we all don't know. Because Andre obviously is a legend, and just look at his. You can see, his biological age is probably, still in the low 30s. 29, 30, 31, because he's really a machine who takes care of his body and he lives a very healthy lifestyle. But he's a black belt versus a legendary black belt. There's levels in jiu-jitsu, just completely different level. But again, maybe Rene knows something I don't. But yeah, we'd love to hear what Andre says.
Yeah, definitely. I'm prepared for this fight. I've been training super hard in San Diego, California, and I know RDR is an amazing grappler. He actually is a double champ. It takes a lot of heart to be a champion. A lot of dedication, a lot of discipline, and he has all that. That's why he's a double champ. And fighting against the best is what I do, for a living. Fighting against the best in every single event, grappling, MMA, jiu-jitsu, train with the great wrestlers as well. So definitely it's a great opportunity for me to showcase my jiu-jitsu at the one circle. So super happy for that, and I'm very blessed. And I'll be out there Saturday night and hunt the submission. As always, I always fight under the rules. And I know it's gonna be in the cage, a little bit different, but grappling is my world, so I'm ready for it.
Just one last question, actually for Chatri. Now, everybody in the Philippines is, people were surprised when the fight between Edward Fulayang and of course the legend John Wayne Parr was announced, right? Edward hasn't fought for over a decade in a no-striking match. I just want to know, Chatri, what was the thought process that went behind the background in actually creating this match? Thank you.
Well, John Wayne is a friend, and he asked if he could have his retirement fight, his final fight in one, and attempt to have 100th victory. It's crazy to think he's going for 100 victories. In a really tough sport like Muay Thai, where elbows and knees, and I can't imagine, what it's like to be at that level. But I said to him, yeah, I'll do it, but it has to be a 50-50 fight. I'm not going to give you an easy fight. And he said, yeah, let's go. And so as we look down the roster, Edward is a world-class striker. He hits hard, very, very hard. We thought the fun factor, and then we thought the legend versus legend angle. It made a lot of sense. Edward has been doing striking since he's a little kid. He is I can see he is a world-class striker. His background might be wushu, but he has dynamite in his hands and dynamite in his legs. And if John Wayne blinks, he'll be KO'd. But the same thing too with Edward. If Edward blinks, he'll be KO'd by John Wayne. They both possess big, ferocious knockout power. I don't see the fight going the distance, actually. I think it'll end in the first round.
Thank you. Legends lining up this Saturday. Next question, please.
Kevin from Essentially Sports. My question is to John Wayne Parr. This is obviously your last dance. How does it feel knowing that every moment during this fight week will probably be your last? Can you run us through your emotions, and looking back at your career, can you name a few moments that stand out?
Oh, it's such an amazing opportunity to finish my career on such an amazing promotion. Mr. Chatri's given me the opportunity and the platform to retire on the world stage in front of everybody. It's such exciting. I've been so fortunate to fight at Lumpini and Rajadamnern on the King's birthdays and achieve so much in Thailand. Thailand's amazing, but at the same time, not that the world stage platform like the One Championship is going to provide. Not many people know the Muay Thai stars, and because of One Championship, all of a sudden the Thais are starting to shine, and people becoming household names like Stamp, like Rotang, and hopefully with an exciting finish that I can be amongst those great legends as well. So I'm going to try and put on the craziest fight you've ever seen. I'm so looking forward to sharing the cage with Edward, and we're going to put on a great show for everyone to remember.
John Wayne's being so modest. This is a killer. I think he has like 13 world championships, maybe more. He's a legend, no matter what. One of the greatest ever go down. And when he was a 17-year-old kid with nothing, dirt poor, went to Thailand, slept in the gyms, was accepted in Thailand at a time when foreigners were not allowed, were not welcomed in Muay Thai in Thailand. And he lived a true Thai warrior's life. And so John Wayne, you're being very modest. For me, you're up there with the likes of Ramon Decker and Rob Kaman and all them. This is how I remember your career. So I wish you and Edward the best of luck in this legend versus legend fight.
Yeah, staying with you, Chatri. Thank you for putting together this fight. If you can just let everyone know, you put together 20 fights on one card. So how long have you and your team been working to, since when have you been working to get 1X?
So, I have a phenomenal team, obviously headed by Matt Hume, but, the folks like Matt Connolly and Rick Audi, just everyone in the competition team and marketing team really came together. And this has been months in the making. But again, like I said, it was actually easy, because when we called people and said, hey, you want to be on 1X? Boom, everyone said yes. Only a handful of athletes couldn't for one reason or another. I'm sure they all wanted to, but again, they had one limitation or the other. But in the back of our mind, originally the event was supposed to have 24 fights, but it just ended up being 20 because we had a few fights drop out and whatnot.
Okay, my last question for DJ. DJ, do you think your wrestling in the MMA rounds will be the key to slowing down draw time?
Do I think the MMA rounds I'll be slowing them down by wrestling?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my hands on him. Get my hands on him.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, sir. All right, next question, please. Thanks.
Hey fighters, good afternoon. My name is Shane Faison with Fight Tips. Just a quick question for Mr. Chatri. Now, I'm not looking past this event in any way. March 26th is truly going to go down in history in 1X. But I had to ask, how do you feel with all of these YouTubers and influencers that are competing in the combat sports world? And do any stand out to you that you'd like to see competing in one?
I'd like to see you come join one, man. You are a obviously incredible striker. I watch your videos on YouTube. For me, probably the most authentic and most real and most technical YouTuber out there. So you're a true martial arts, lifelong martial artist too, always evolving. I watched some of your videos from the old school days where your kicks weren't so good, and when you're younger. And today I look at your kicks, I'm like, man, the guy, he's legit. So we're always open, because at the end of the day, I want the very, very best in the world, but I also want to make sure we entertain the fans. And so we always, like, whether it's special rule fights, whether it's Shane Faison coming on board, we'll definitely, obviously we'd hook you up with somebody, not a Rotang, we'd hook you up with, but yeah, we're definitely open to it. But at the end of the day, the entire ethos of one is about celebrating true martial arts as the home of martial arts, and the best of the best in the world compete in one. That's the ethos, but of course, definitely a once-off, for sure.
Thank you. I gotta say, I truly think I'm the biggest fan, so it means a lot to hear.
Thank you, brother.
JWP, if you need a running partner, hit me up. Try to keep up.
Thank you, sir. All right, next question, please.
Yeah, this one for Marat Gregorian. Hello, sir. How confident are you going out on the stadium next Saturday as the new world champion?
Hello to everyone. I'm confident always, because I train always hard. For this fight, I come here for to make history in 26th of March. And yes, I'm here for fireworks.
Thank you, sir. Next one for Mei Yamaguchi. Before you accepting this fight, how much you know about Daniel?
Translation, please. I'm joking. Oh. I'm joking. I've known her name, but I used to grapple a lot, but right now I was concentrating on MMA, so I didn't know her styles, but I watch her video a lot, and I know she's She has a really good technique, really good submissions. So yeah, it's very exciting.
Thank you. And last one for Daniel. How will you react in this occasion, because this is your debut and go straight to the maybe the biggest event that one championship ever done?
How do I feel?
Yeah, how will you react in this occasion?
It was very emotional. I've been training jiu-jitsu for about 16 years. Started from, my dad was really sick and I was getting bullied a lot, so my mom got me into martial arts. And I started off from like small tournaments, small matches, then went to wrestling, started from the gymnasium. Then as jiu-jitsu became more popular in the US, more mainstream, I started to compete more on the big stages, but not as big as one championship. So being here was it was a great feeling, and I just hope to put on a really good performance.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, another question, please, guys.
Hi, I'm Jay. Just a quick one for Shinya Aoki. You think you can submit Akiyama, and if so, how quickly can you do it?
深夜さんの質問です。深夜さん、秋山さん、サブミットできると思います。そしてそう思われているんであれば、どのぐらい早くにできると思います？
いや、やってみないと分かんないです。そんな勝負甘いもんじゃないと思います。
The fight, you can't predict the fight, so never know. We have to try and see what's gonna happen.
Thank you. Another one for Mei Yamaguchi. What is your opinion of Kelly as a grappler?
Yeah, she has a really good technique, especially on the leg locks. But she tries to submit from any positions and pretty aggressive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last couple of questions before we wrap things up.
Hey, Nick Atkin, South China Morning Post. This one's for Adriano. You had that huge win. What's up, man? How you been? You had a brilliant victory over Demetrius last year. But you're not in the main event here. You're not even the co-main event. Does that annoy you a little bit, or are you happy to not have all the pressure on you?
No pressure. You have the Angela Lee comeback. I'm excited for this fight too. You have the super Thai superstar, Rob Tang, and DJ, the legend. I'm good in my stage over there. I think the co-main event from me is looking really good. Thank you.
Okay. And for you, you think Adriano is afraid of your striking?
質問になります。エイドリアーナはあなたのストライキングを怖がっていると思います？
いや、怖がってなくて普通に勝負してくると思います。はい。
No, I don't think he has the other sense of fear or anything about my striking, but he's gonna challenge me just a normal fight.
All right, and this one is for DJ. You fought both of these guys. How's this one gonna go?
Yeah, this one is a sick fight because I believe Adriano is one of the best in the world. Is the best in the world. He's a champ. I believe he has the grappling advantage over Yuya Wakamatsu, but Yuya Wakamatsu is very light on his feet. He has good rhythm, has a lot of power, and I believe he'll probably have the advantage of this speed and getting there. So it'll be very interesting. I mean, either one of these guys can win. I'm super excited to watch it.
All right, and for Marat Grigorian, it's been a bit of a roller coaster for you. You were going to be in the semi-finals, and then you had COVID, and now you're just going straight for the title instead of having to go through the final. Do you feel a little bit guilty that way, or do you not care about that?
First, I was really disappointed. I was really sad. I was good in shape, good prepared for the tournament. But yes, thanks to Chatri that he gave the opportunity to fight against Superbone, and I'm happy, really.
And Chatri, if I could ask, thank you, by the way, for... I had a 13-hour flight, so having the apprentice on Singapore Airlines was very cool. You helped me get through the 13 hours.
Awesome, brother.
Yeah, we're going to have a season 2. Have you got any announcements on that?
Yeah, season 2 is coming. It's going to launch later this year.
Okay, and any update on the US TV deal?
In the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll make a major announcement. Prime time in the U.S., regular schedule with a major broadcaster. I just can't say the name right now, but my team and I have been just gunning hard. They've been really, I've been so, again, like I'm so blessed to lead the world's greatest team. So when we announce this deal, I think the American fans will finally get to enjoy one on a regular basis, U.S. prime time.
If I have time, sorry, just one more for Danielle. What's your prediction for this fight? Do you think May's going to be able to live with you there, or is this your world?
I don't take anyone easy. I know that she's an MMA fighter. She's also a black belt. You know, I've competed against well-rounded MMA girls from big organizations, as well as jiu-jitsu. You know, I'm gonna take her seriously. And again, I've been very precise with my training camp, and you know, I'm gonna go for the finish. Hopefully a choke, something different.
All right, thanks very much.
All right, thank you, Nick. All right, final question, please, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, I'd like to hear from the women of the panel. You know, this March it's Women's Month, and can you just talk about, you know, being able to be on equal footing with the men of this organization, as we can see with the lineup of the fights in such a big event like 1X?
คือคำถามนะคะก็คืออยากถามว่าไฟท์เนี้ยเรามีผู้หญิงอยู่คู่หนึ่งบนไฟท์ที่มีแต่ผู้ชายทั้งนั้นเลยซึ่งทำให้เห็นว่ามีความเสมอภาคในการเข้ามาแข่งในวันแชมเปี้ยนชิพเนี่ยรู้สึกยังไงบ้างคะก็รู้สึกดีใจค่ะที่ได้เป็นส่วนหนึ่งของรายการ 1X ค่ะแล้วก็เป็นคู่เมนคู่หลักก็จะพิสูจน์ตัวเองให้ได้ค่ะว่าวันที่26นี้แตมสามารถทำได้ค่ะ Yes, I feel very honored to be, you know, a woman who's showing the fight in this fight, and I'm being in the grand finale event. I will prove everyone that I can do it. I'll win for the fight.
You know, I just feel very proud to be a part of one, and we've come so far, you know, being crowned their first female champion in 2016. I just take so much pride in where we are today, and to be headlining this massive event is something really special. And I just want to thank Chatri and One Championship for always giving the opportunity. You know, it's one thing to have the opportunity, but another thing to seize the moment. And, you know, I'm just grateful to be here and grateful for the opportunities. I'm really grateful to be here as well and for the opportunities. Chatri puts on a really good event, 1X, and I'm really proud and happy that I get to showcase my jiu-jitsu to the world this Saturday.
So I'm so excited to be in part of 1X, and you know, when I started to fight MMA, women's card was never in between men's, and you know, but I think a lot of women showed our power, how we can do. That came here, you know. So I respect all the women fighters, athletes, and we will show our power on Saturday.
Great, thank you. And just one last question for me. For Super Bon, you know, what's your opinion of Grigorian as an opponent, and what do you think is most dangerous about him?
ถึงซูเปอร์บอลนะคะรู้สึกยังไงบ้างกับการแข่งขันกับเกเกเรนครั้งนี้เตรียมตัวเป็นยังไงแล้วรู้สึกว่าอะไรเป็นจุดแข็งของเกเกเรนที่เราต้องระวัง
เขามีอย่างเดียวคือหมัดซึ่งผมป้องกันหมัดแล้วก็สามารถป้องกันหาวิธีจัดการกับหมัดได้ผมก็โชว์เห็นแล้วจากการที่ชกกับเปโตรเซียนซึ่งเขามีสไตล์ต่อยหมัดที่ชัดเจนเหมือนกันแล้วผมจะโชว์เห็นว่าผมสามารถจัดการเขาได้ยังไงในวันเสาร์นี้ครับ
Yes, I've been preparing, and I know that his punch is really strong and really the killing punch. But I've been practice and find my way to protect and prevent this. I've been fight with Petrosians before. Both of them are the same style, so I will definitely prepare for that.
Great, thank you.
All right. With that, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for all of your questions. I know plenty of you had more questions to ask. Believe me, they will be answered this Saturday, come March 26th at 1X. And to all the athletes as well, Chatri Sityodtong, thank you very much. All right, folks, stick around because as we get ready for our athletes to face off, let us first preview the headline Star-Studded 1X Grand Finale pay-per-view. Roll 'em. 10 years! This event, folks, 1X, is 10 years in the making. All right, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome back to the stage the chairman and CEO of One Championship, Mr. Chatri Sityodtong. All right, folks, get those cameras ready. Wind those films. I'm showing my age there. Get those cameras ready. Are you ready, folks? Okay, and here we go. Let's get this party started right now. In our first bout, an atomweight submission grappling contest, it's Danielle Kelly versus May Yamaguchi. Next up in a middleweight submission grappling contest, Andre Galvao versus Renier Derrida. Next up in the one featherweight kickboxing world championship, Mara Gregorian versus Superpon. Next up in a lightweight Muay Thai contest, it's John Wayne Parr versus Edward Ouyang. Next up in a lightweight mixed martial arts contest, it's Yoshihiro Akiyama versus Shinya Aoki. Next up in the one flyweight world championship, it's Yuya Wakamatsu versus Adriana Moraes. Co-main event in a special rules super fight. Demetrius Johnson versus Rotan Chitwonon. And finally, in the main event for the One Atomweight World Championship, Skip Fairtax versus Angela Lee. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome all of these warriors back onto the stage. Right now, get those cameras ready. Come on, champ. Yes, sir. Feast your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. You are witnessing history in the making. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much to all of you in attendance, and of course, to the fans all around the world watching at home. Remember, you can catch the event and order the pay-per-view on watch.1fc.com or check out your local pay-per-view provider. Remember, once again, mark your calendars. This Saturday, March 26th, it's 1X. Thank you, and good night.